Hey, what's up, Guardians? TBL here, and we are back on a Friday morning with some kind of interesting news coming out of Bungie for Destiny. Now, first things first, I do have to apologize for the lack of videos this week. As I said in a previous video, I'm feeling a little bit under the weather, and really, I probably shouldn't even be making this video right here. I've had a pretty turbulent week as things go. We held our usual weekly live stream on Planet Destiny's Twitch page when I wasn't really feeling too hot, and my voice was still a little bit strained. You can probably still hear it in me right now. And it turned out that probably wasn't the best idea. I wound up almost completely destroying the rest of my voice throughout that live stream. We made it through just fine. It was a great stream, really fun time. We went through the Nightfalls. Actually got some pretty decent rewards. No Vanguard shell for me. We got 2 exotics. But I just destroyed my voice over the course of the rest of the day, and I could just barely talk on Thursday. It was not a good time, and I'm only just now starting to get it back. So yay for that, right? And again, I probably really shouldn't be making this video right now. I should be just giving my voice a little bit more time to rest, so that I'll actually have something to record the podcast with. But I just had to get a quick video out talking about some of the news that's coming out of Bungie over the course of this week. Of course, we had the weekly update, or rather, This Week at Bungie yesterday, and we had the Activision Earnings call, which we all speculated would at least give us some sort of hint as to what's coming in Destiny's future, and oh boy did it. Wait, what's that? You guys, what? You guys want to know where Xur is? Fine, hold on. So here we are back at the tower, which is covered in some very lovely rose petals for the Crimson Doubles shenanigans, although I'm hearing the rewards definitely aren't worth the grind right now. But you guys will find Xur located in the tower hangar. Once you hit the hangar, he'll be to your immediate right over on the ledge. Now, of course, we won't be spending too much time covering his inventory, but we will very quickly go over the weapons and armor that he's got for sale this week before jumping back into the Activision Bungie Destiny future news. Alright, big guy, what have you got for us this week? Alright, looking around here, first up, it looks like we have the Peregrine Greaves for Titans. These things are rocking an intellect strength split of 57 intellect, 59 strength. Not too bad, and they grant you an airborne shoulder charge that deals bonus damage. You can pretty much one-shot anything in the Crucible with these. And following that one-shot suit is the Celestial Nighthawk for you hunters out there. This thing's got an intellect discipline split of 48 even, and it lowers the number of shots you can fire with Golden Gun to 1, but that one shot deals 6 times normal damage while also granting you the keyhole ability for over-penetration. It's great. Finally, for Warlocks, we've got the Obsidian Mind, which has a pure intellect stat roll of 75. That could be a little bit higher, and it allows your Nova Bomb to reduce the cooldown of your next Nova Bomb. You guys know, super into super. And finally, we've got the exotic engrams. We've got a gauntlet engram and a legacy helmet engram. If you pick them up, I wish you guys luck on those rolls. And other than that, there's really not too much else to Xur's inventory here. I might pick up some more 3 of coins, but I don't even think I spent the ones from my last excursion. But alright, that's what Xur's got. You guys happy now? Let's get back to the commentary. So anyways, out of Activision's earnings report call that went live yesterday, you've probably been seeing a lot of this on the Bungie forums and especially on the subreddit. Now, to give a little bit of backstory here, Activision had its investor earnings report, which for a publicly traded company is something they're federally required to give out, basically to let shareholders know how well the company's doing, how well they're projected to do, and how much money they've made over the past year or so. You know, usually some admittedly boring stuff, but in Activision's case, it has to report on itself and all of its subsidiaries, so Blizzard, Infinity Ward, Treyarch, Bungie, and that's where this sort of comes in. We got to hear a little bit about exactly how well Destiny sold in year 1 and what the future of Destiny in year 2 is, and we got some pretty good tidbits out of it. Let me take a look at 1 or 2 of the quotes here. They noted that the Taken King, which released in Q3 of 2015, had record high digital attach rates, meaning that overall it sold extremely well and managed to hold on to most of that player base. Another big notion here was that players have logged in a total of over 3 billion hours into Destiny, and that it has, unsurprisingly, one of the most loyal fan bases of any game genre or series ever made. So, mostly good news thus far, right? Activision expressed some surprise with exactly how well Destiny has done and how popular the game has gotten. And of course that they're committed to continuing the development of the game into its sequel. Now that's what we're going to focus on here, because they did say some big stuff that was repeated in the weekly update that I'm not going to get overly hyped for, but it is a bit of a sign of optimism. When it comes to the rest of Year 2 in Destiny 1, we have this specific quote. On Destiny, we expect to deliver a new expansion in 2016. Now, we don't get an exact date for it, but it's pretty heavily speculated that this expansion is going to be dropping in the fall, much the same as the Taken King was in 2015. And the big thing about it is it's supposed to be a Taken King-sized expansion that leads into Destiny 2, which is confirmed to now be releasing in 2017. Now, of course, that's the other big thing that this Activision earnings call confirmed for everybody. It's been rumored due to a story from Kotaku from a little while back that Destiny 2 had been delayed until 2017, and that has been absolutely confirmed. But the big thing here for me is that we're definitely going to be getting a Taken King-sized expansion later this year, in addition to the big spring update. Now, this is something else that Bungie's been talking about for a little while now, and it's something they mentioned in this week's weekly update. Here's what Deej posted. Prior to the holiday break, we mentioned a second, larger update slated for spring. Spring is, of course, very soon. That content release will feature a significant light increase, a bunch of new gear to earn and equip, and new challenges for PvE players seeking some more fun experiences and replayability. Beyond that, the team is focused on delivering a large expansion later this year and a full Destiny sequel in 2017, basically mirroring what we heard in the Activision earnings report. And to all that I say, hallelujah, finally some information on some PvE content. Now, we've all been giving Bungie a hard time for the lack of transparency, and, I understand that for the most part they probably weren't allowed by Activision to report anything expansion-wise or PvE-wise until this earnings report came out. It would certainly explain why they just kind of tossed it out there immediately after the earnings report call started. So I'm not going to harp on them for that anymore. I'm just going to say that this is more than what I expected. I expected that the spring update was going to be something big, and then maybe we'd get something House of Wolves style before the end of Year 2. To hear that we're going to be getting a Taken King style expansion as well as a big spring update that's supposed to be coming fairly soon, that's going to have light level increases, new gear, and basically all the things, or at least most of the things we've been clamoring for a while, it makes me feel good. I'm cautiously optimistic. And maybe I shouldn't even say Taken King style expansion. They say that a large expansion is going to be coming later this year in addition to the big spring update, which is bringing the increased light level and all that stuff. Now, what is that content going to contain? I have no idea. Hopefully something like revamped older raids. I'd love to see that, and I don't know how many times I'm going to keep saying it, but I'm going to keep saying it. But really, all of this news has been kind of a breath of fresh air for me. Just knowing that we have some kind of PvE content coming in the near future is really all I ever wanted from Bungie, just a little bit of a roadmap for what was going to be coming in the future. Now again, we have no idea what it's going to contain. All we know is that the expansion that's coming later this year is probably going to be leading up into the Destiny sequel that's slated sometime for 2017. And that gets me optimistic. I mean, after all, I really do love Destiny. It's a great game down at its core. And despite the protests and all of the salt around it, I know a lot of you guys out there still love it too. So now that I'm cautiously optimistic, not overhyped I want to state, cautiously optimistic, I want to know what's in this big upcoming spring update. And I really hope it's something good. Be sure to let me know what you guys think about all this in the comment section below. And if you want to check out any of the earnings reports, we've got transcripts and stuff from the meeting, and all kinds of resources and spreadsheets on Activision's earnings over the past year. I'll leave links to all of that in the description box below. There's some really interesting stuff in there, and it might shed a little bit of light on the future of Destiny the game. I think in particular, the actual earnings report showing you exactly how much Activision made might just blow your socks off. Their revenues were up like 57% over the past year. They made a ton of money off of all their properties. And now we just need them to put that money back into the sandbox development for Destiny. Obviously they need it. But anyways, that's it for this one, guys. Again, I'm cautiously optimistic about both this big upcoming spring update and the large expansion for later this year. But I'm happy they're coming. Be sure to let me know how you feel in the comment section below. But alright, that's it for this one, guys. As always, I am the Black Link. You Guardians, stay frosty.